Good morning, lovely people. Today I'm going to do a video I really should have done a long time ago, but this year's been pretty crazy. Not a little crazy, that's what I was gonna say, but it's actually been pretty crazy. It's April 9th and I have many seeds started, a lot of seeds, and I started some more today, so that's fine. Anyways, I'm going to show you all the seeds that I'm planting this year. I'm very excited. And then I think at the end, I'll probably give you a quick little tour of my new garden space, which I am sitting in. So I'm not doing these in any specific order, except I am going by like category. I do have one random category because I didn't know what to put each thing in. But I'm not feeling the best today, so I'm not wanting to use a whole lot of brain power. So we'll start with kitchen herbs. And for herbs, all your kitchen herbs have medicinal purposes, but I'm primarily going to use them just in cooking, and then I'll get the medicinal benefits in my food. So, and most of these, I have to admit, I dug them out of the trash because I used all the seeds, and it's fine. Anyways, we have peppermint. I got these from Southern Seeds. I'm going to be crazy. I haven't planted them yet, and I'm going to need to get some more peppermint. But I'm going to be crazy, and I am going to scatter them all over the ground because I think that would just be so fun. And I don't care if it takes over because we've got multiple acres, and honestly, we don't have any grass in the places we've cleared the trees, and I'd kind of rather have peppermint than grass. So I'm going to do it. And there's another one in here I'm going to do with it. I think I have it under the flower category. So I'll show you that later. Where did I put my lid? Right here in front of my face. So we're also doing Genovese sweet basil. I got this in a seed swap. I have no idea. Oh, I lied. I do have an idea. I just didn't read. These were collected in October of 2022. So we'll see how those do. And we have sweet Italian basil that I got from the Dollar Tree. I think I'm just going to get the rest of my peppermint seeds from the Dollar Tree, honestly, because I want a ton of them. I don't know though, because like when you get Dollar Tree packets, not a lot of seeds are in them, but they're only like 32 cents a packet. I think it's 4 for $1.25. I don't like math. I'm not going to do the math, and you figure it out, but it's cheap. So I could get a whole bunch of packets with not a lot of seeds for $1.25, and then altogether, collectively, it could be I don't know, we'll see. Sweet Italian basil. Next is from Botanical Interest. I got lettuce leaf basil. So I planted this and other kinds of basil in my green stock. And that's where all my basil is going to go this year, is in my green stock that I made out of Dollar Tree materials. It's not an official green stock from the website. I would love to have one someday, but it's not in my budget. So I'm trying to make this the cheapest garden I possibly can. The most money I have spent is on seeds, and I would rather it be that way. That hurt. Little bugger. Anyways, I planted these in a green stock, and then a storm blew the green stock over because it wasn't tied down, it wasn't staked in, it was nothing. So, and it's lightweight. And I got surprise lettuce leaf basil under my camper, and that was really fun. So I'm gonna do it again with the green stock tied up to the tree. I got Common Thyme from Clearwater Valley Farm. I have had 100% success rate pretty much for germination with Clearwater Valley Farm seeds. And these are older seeds. So they're from 2022. Yeah. Every time I plant Clearwater Valley Farm seeds, they do amazing. So we have these. I'm just going to shove these in my pocket or they're going to blow away. And we've got rosemary. We'll see how that does. I think it's rosemary and lavender. That's the other one. That's hard to grow from seed, from what I've heard. I've never done it before. I've never tried growing either. So we'll see how this year goes. We have sage broadleaf and we have Greek oregano. And right here, I'll insert a clip of my current oregano plants. And they're not taking off as quickly as they did last year. I planted oregano seeds 3 years ago, and they've been amazing. But this year, they're slowing down, plus that bed is coming out. So I need new oregano plants. So that's it for that category. Let's go ahead and do tomatoes. I love tomatoes. I used to hate tomatoes, and then I had a homegrown tomato, and I am now in love. Something bit my neck. I'm in love with them. So we've got red Brandywine tomatoes. There they go. Red Brandywine. I don't think I've ever had this tomato before. I've never grown it, so I'm really excited because it looks like a good slicer. We have Ace 55 tomatoes. I got these in a seed swap. I don't know the year that they were collected on here. Or, well, I got them in a seed swap, but she got them from the seed library. How awesome are seed libraries? I mean, you have no excuse to not try to grow food when you have seed libraries. And I didn't think I had a seed library around me. And the lady I got these from lives 10 miles away from me. So somewhere in this vicinity, there is one. And I'm going to go find it. Large red cherry tomatoes. These are our all-time favorite cherry tomatoes. We love them. I did 8 plants last year. I started, I think, 16 plants this year. I now have 10 because some of them died. That's a different story, but it's okay because we're still going to have 2 more plants than we did last year, and they're going to be spaced out better. We got 25 tomatoes like every single day. We love them. Gobstopper tomato. I can't wait for this tomato. I wanted to get Barry's Crazy Cherry, but I didn't want to spend the money on Barry's Crazy Cherry. So I got these from MI Gardener, so the seed packet was $2 versus Barry's Crazy Cherry was like $4.50. And it's supposed to be pretty much the same. The flavor is going to be different, but I've never tasted either. So this should be a fun surprise. I'm very excited. They're really pretty. And they're supposed to be just these huge clusters. How fun is that? And then Floridade tomatoes. This is, how big do these get? Like the actual tomato. It says they do very well in hot temperatures, which is what we need here because we have a feeling that this summer is going to be an even hotter summer than it normally is. And it's normally, there's a few months where it's 110 degrees every day. And we think it's going to be a hot, hot summer because today is April 9th and it is 90 degrees outside. So, fun. I really needed to start my seeds earlier in like January. And I just didn't have time. I didn't have the space. Nothing lined up for me to do that. So I think I started everything a couple weeks, like beginning of March. Yeah, beginning of March, because it was a couple weeks before I took a trip to Iowa for my sister's wedding. So it says perfectly shaped with a picturesque color. It is a great tomato for enjoying and making in pasta sauces, paste, or sauteing. Highly productive and heat tolerant. So this sounds like a perfect tomato for me because even if I can't can, which I doubt it, I only have a few plants of these. There's no way I'm going to be canning anything. I'm not canning tomato sauce or any of that. I'm just trying to figure out what grows best here. And then, you know, plan for the future to figure out how much I need to grow to can. But until I can I can practice with the tomatoes I get out of here with recipes in making my own pasta sauces and stuff. So that's my goal for this year. I think those tomatoes are like a smallerish tomato. I don't know for sure though. Okay, let's do, I'm saving peppers for last. Oh, this was supposed to be in the kitchen stuff. It's extra triple curled parsley. And these seeds were from 2012. I got these in a seed swap. So we'll see how they do. I'm really crossing my fingers that they will germinate just fine. But I just planted these ones today, so I have no idea. They might fail. But they will definitely fail if I don't plant them. Okay, next category. We'll just do the random one. Random category. We have Black Beauty eggplant because Jess is always talking about baba ganoush. And if you don't know who Jess is, you should look her up. And now I'm drawing a blank. Hold on, pause. If you don't know Jess from Roots and Refuge, look her up. If you have never heard of her, she's made me love gardening. She gets me excited about gardening. She told me, not specifically to me, she said in a video multiple times, but this one video stuck out to me, to plant something lovely and to plant things that bring you joy, because your garden isn't just for eating out of, it's also to make you happy. And the things that bring you joy will get you out in the garden on the hard days that are stressing you out. So I want to make baba ganoush because she keeps talking about it. It's like an eggplant hummus dip situation that looks absolutely lovely. And I really want to try it. So I'm doing eggplant for the first time ever. Early prolific straight neck squash. My squash has failed me many times. And I have different ideas of why. So this year, I'm going to try again. And we'll see how it goes. But I've researched many squashes, and this one I guess is supposed to do good in my area. If you know of one that does good, or maybe I'm just planting it at the wrong time of year, that very well could be. If you have advice for planting squash in northern Texas, please give me advice. I will take it. And in the same idea, gray zucchini. We love zucchini. And I make a mean zucchini tomato pasta salad with feta, and I would love to have a whole entire one come out of my garden. So the tomatoes and zucchini, because I ain't making feta. I would love to someday, but I know that's not happening this year. There's a wasp hanging out. There's no flowers here yet. There's flowers over there. Mary Washington asparagus. I know it takes like 3 years for you to get a decent harvest to where you can actually eat the asparagus, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to throw some in because I bought these a couple years ago, so I'm going to just stick them in and see what happens. That's a fly. Oh, good. I was right. So I don't know where I'm going to put them yet. We'll see. Maybe my husband has an idea. Strawberry spinach. Now I think I'm too late for this. I might try to put a couple seeds in to see. But it says an old-fashioned plant that dates back to the 1600s in Europe produces greens used like spinach. Also yields attractive red berries that are nice in fruit salads. But its ideal temperatures are 45 to 75 degrees. So I'm not planting them outside, but I'm going to try to find a skinnier type of tray thing to put inside my house by one of our windows that we open a lot in the summer. And maybe since the AC is on, it'll work. Because I'm trying to figure out how to have spinach all year. I can grow spinach in the fall and winter, no problem. But I want summer spinach. So if this can replace my giant noble spinach I do in the winter and fall, that'd be cool. Okay, next category. We're going to go to beans because there's only two. Our tried and trues. One of them actually I'm doing for the first time. So I have a feeling it's going to be a tried and true because it looks really tasty. Which is the dragon tongue bush bean. Look how stinking beautiful that is. Beautiful. And I really want them. Plus, Kim on Honey Trail Farms raves about these and it's her favorite bean and I love her and we're best friends. Not in real life, but I think we would be. I think she would like me and want to be my friend. So I'm growing these because she told me to. Not in person, she told me. I love her. Blue Lake bush beans. This is our tried and true. And I got these from Southern Seeds. I don't remember where I got them the first year we did them, but we absolutely love them. And we have figured out that we prefer bush beans over pole beans. I did a few varieties of pole beans last year, and we just didn't like them. We didn't like them as much. And I only have one cattle panel trellis. Obviously, I want more, but this year I only have one, and I got it last year. Last year we did the pole beans on it. I would much rather use that trellis for cucumbers because I had a little trellis that I made out of an old clothing rack for my cucumbers last year, and it was not big enough. I had never grown cucumbers before. I didn't know, okay? Yes, I've seen all the videos. Yes, I should have known, but I didn't. So anyways, back to beans. We're doing all bush beans. Blue Lake bush beans are our favorite. Next, let's just go to flowers. Why not? Marigolds. 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 I only had a few plants last year, but I saved all the seeds and we got plenty for this year. I've already used up a whole entire envelope of these and I plan on planting many, many more. I want to see if they'll grow in the ground here. I have no idea, but we're going to try because we have an abundance of seeds. Marigolds. My sister gave me these. It's a wildflower Texas mix from Brim Seed Co. And I'm very, very excited. I haven't planted them yet because I wanted like the perfect spot because my sister bought them for me. And that's so sweet of her. But I'm like dying to see what it's going to look like. It has some really fun flowers. Over 20 Texas wildflowers, including black-eyed Susan, blue bonnet, Indian blanket, scarlet flax, and primrose. And that sounds so lovely. I need to plant these now. Days to maturity, 80 to 120. I got to figure out where to plant these and do it now. We got red California poppies. I planted these last year, and then I forgot where I planted them, so they never got water. Because after spring, it doesn't rain here until the next spring. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but our summers are very, very dry and very, very hot. So this time I'm going to remember where I plant them. I even seed started some today. Mixed wildflowers, hummingbird, and butterfly mix for funsies. Bachelor buttons, because I think they're beautiful. I also planted these last year and then forgot where I put them. So we're going to actually do it properly this year. And this is probably my all-time favorite flower ever, which is a hard decision to come to, but I'm a sucker for them, which are the white cosmos. These are the dwarf variety, and they're so stinking adorable and delicate, and I just drooled. My bad. And delicate. They're very much the opposite of me as a human. But they're so pretty and I love them. Okay, now we're gonna go, because I still want to save peppers for last, because I'm so excited for the peppers. I'm excited for all this stuff, but I'm most excited for the peppers. Okay, this is the medicine category. So first we've got yellow toothache plants. I can't wait. So this is basically like an all natural ambisol, and it works if it's fresh or dried. So I'm excited. It's an annual. Incredibly potent canary-colored flowers retain their numbing qualities when dried or made into tinctures. And that's what I'm planning on doing, is making it into a tincture and having my own ambisol, homemade, all-natural, good-for-you tincture. So exciting. The things you find out. I mean, I figured I discovered this when I was just on Baker Creek's website. Baker Creek's website. And I had to buy it. I bought this a couple of years ago. Yeah, 2023. We've got German chamomile. Beautiful. Feverfew. Well, that was rude. So, my camera got too hot because it's 90 degrees and you were in a little dapple of sunlight. So sorry about that. Shall we continue? Yarrow. How fine. I'm getting pretty tired. I had to take my camera inside and cool it down. And when I sat down in there, I realized how tired and not good feeling I am. We have lemon balm, self-heal, heal all, which is going to end up as a tincture. Fun fact about self-heal is that it needs cold stratification for 30 days. So I had an old blue container that mushrooms came in from the grocery store, and so I drilled a few holes in the bottom of that, and I put some good seed starting soil in there. This year I used Bacto and put in the appropriate amount of worm castings, which you can buy worm castings at Walmart. Did you know that? I didn't until this year, and it's now sitting in my fridge for 30 days. So that'll be really fun to work around. We have amaranth. I can't wait. Fun fact about amaranth is that the little berries, you can dry them and apparently pop them like popcorn. My husband, if you don't know him, loves popcorn. Loves it, but he's got to do it like the proper way, which is not get it in a little bag that you stick in the microwave. He has to put it on the stove in some vegetable oil and butter, because it has to be both apparently, and pop it on the stove. And so I thought, how fun would it be if I could grow my own popcorn? I do have black popcorn seeds, but I'm not planting them because do you hear that jet? Pause. I'm just going to keep talking and hopefully you can hear me. I don't know where I want to plant corn. I have no idea. The soil is definitely not okay for corn, so it would have to be like a big booty raised bed to do corn properly. And everyone's like, oh, just do it. Just go for it. And I'm like, I'm already planting a lot. I'm not adding corn to my list because it's giving me anxiety, so I'm not even going to do it. Anyways, amaranth. I can't wait. And it's also a medicinal plant. Beautiful. First off, how fun is that? I'll just read what the packet says to you. Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth is a unique addition to any grower's collection. The light chartreuse leaves give a simple background to the deep maroon/purple draping flower stems. There's a bug biting my leg. Past its obvious beauty, the bleeding flower is a super grain packed with omega fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, fiber, and protein. The leaves are edible and used in salads or steamed like spinach. The grain can also be used for animal feed or used as a flour replacement. Amazing in smoothies, baked goods, or even popped like popcorn. So many uses for amaranth. I had no idea. I'm very excited. And I started these seeds like a week and a half ago. And they're already up. They're like this big. And there's a whole bunch of them. And now I just need to decide where I'm going to put them, because I'm absolutely stoked about it. I can't wait. That might be one I am most excited about. Still in the medicine category. If you don't know, you're about to find out. We've got dandelions. And these ones are fun because they're pink, which is ironically my least favorite color is pink. My favorite color is green, like the olive army green. But come on. How pretty. So I'm excited for dandelions because right now I don't have any. Mr. Wasp, stay over there. Right now I don't have any dandelions growing anywhere on my property. Last year we had one dandelion plant, and it was growing next to the blackstone, and the grease dripping from the blackstone killed it. So that's not cool. So I'm going to plant them. Okay, now to the fun category of peppers. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we have cayenne long slim red peppers. They're growing fabulously. I started all of the peppers and tomatoes back in the beginning of March, and they look amazing. I can't wait. Last year, I direct sowed everything on Black Friday, and it worked. But I knew I could have gotten so many more peppers if I seed started and then transplanted them out. So that's what I did this year. And I think that's what I'm going to do every year from now on, because why not? So we got red cayenne. Also, that's fun that I get off my lid. It's fun that I did this one first because this is also medicinal. So medicinal. Cayenne, whether it's red or purple or whatever color cayenne you get, it is a superfood. If I had to pick one superfood to grow forever for medicine, for anything, it would be cayenne. There's so many different things. I will put up on the screen while I'm blabbering about cayenne this whole time what it's good for, because off the top of my head, being sick and stuff, I don't remember, but I did make a little medicinal balm shot, and it's got cayenne in it. Maybe I'll show that at the end of the video too, if I remember. All right, we've got, let me go to the other cayenne because I already mentioned it. Purple cayenne. I grew it last year. Oh, it's beautiful. Cayenne plants grow so silly. They grow like straight up. It's so fun. But I loved it. Very potent, very spicy. I made my own cayenne powder out of all of my purple cayenne last year. I did not have red cayenne last year. And you only need a little bit, but it's amazing. And it's so, so pretty. So obviously I'm doing more. And we've got Tom jalapenos. I think it's pronounced Tam, but I just say Tom because Tam doesn't sound good. I don't know why, but I don't like it. So we got our jalapenos. We love these jalapenos. I've grown them for 2 years, 1 or 2 years. I don't remember, but they're delicious and awesome. YOLO Wonder Bell. And I have to admit, I'm only growing these because the name's fun. YOLO. Serrano Tampiquino. I can't wait for these. These are the ones, I think, is it that? Or nope, it's these ones. Never mind. Anyways, I'm excited for these. They look delicious. It is a small orange to red pepper, hang in abundance from the short plants. I'm wondering if I could get away with growing some of these in a green stock. I don't know though. They have some heat, but not quite enough to send you packing. So it's like a good medium heat. And now that I've lived in Texas for a few years, oh, there's a cardinal. He's so pretty. I can handle heat. When we first moved here, I couldn't even handle black pepper. It was too spicy. And now I love heat. And so I'm very excited for this one because if I just want like a little bit, I think this would be really good in so many things. Like a good breakfast scramble. I'm getting hungry. You know how they say don't grocery shop when you're hungry? I don't think you should plant seeds either when you're hungry. I did that today. And I started a lot of seeds, and that's fine. King of the North bell pepper. I'm on the search for a fabulous, fantastic, wildly amazing, mind-blowing bell pepper. So, and it's funny, I grew two kinds of bell peppers this year, and I'm on the search for all of that. But I researched a lot of different bell peppers and stuff, and this is what I came to. So, King of the North. And I know it says King of the North, but I've heard many people say from all the Texas YouTubers I watch that they do good in Texas. So I'm going to try it. I've tried bell peppers in the past and they did horrible. I had violet sparkle peppers last year and I would consider that a bell pepper. I don't know if they actually are, but it's like a bigger pepper. Mine got small. They didn't get really big, but the soil they were in was horrible. And they were good. They were pretty bland. So I nixed those for this year. They're really pretty, but I was a little underwhelmed by them with flavor. We've got California Wonder. Classic. Tabasco. I can't wait for my Tabasco plants. I've never grown Tabasco plants, but from the looks of it, they're quite fun to grow. The last one out of all the plants and seeds I've started, this is the last one. This might be the pepper I'm most excited about. Have I said that about another pepper already? Probably, but I'm excited about everything. It is the giant Aconcagua pepper. These apparently can get like a foot long. How fun would it be to stuff cream cheese and other things, herbs, whatever you want, inside of a foot long pepper and put it on the Blackstone or the grill? Or I have so many ideas for this. If this grows the way they're saying it grows, I can't wait. And it's a shorter pepper variety, not in height, but in how long it takes to produce. It's 75 days. And usually peppers take a long time. Something bit me and I'm bleeding. That's rude. Why is the world being rude to me today? These are tall plants reaching over 3 foot high. So they're gonna need to be staked or trellised or something. But I've got a plan for all that. So that's a fun big pepper plant. It's supposed to produce like a ton of peppers, and they're thick-walled flesh, and they're supposed to be really juicy and sweet. How fun would it be to cut up you listen to my brain and tell me what chopping up little pieces of the Serrano Tampiquino pepper and putting it in cream cheese with like, I don't know, what else? Something, tomatoes, I don't care. Like chopping up some of these to put in cream cheese and then stuffing this. That could be cool. That's fun. I just thought of that just now with you. How special. Anyways, those are all my seeds. Let me show you my tray here. Now they're not organized. Oh, sneak peek of the garden. Those are all my seeds. So exciting. I'm going to start showing you the new garden space by showing you the old garden space. The reason we're moving it is because this garden did wonderful for 2 years. It gave me many, many plants and much food. But if you notice how this is tore up, those were wild pigs. That's not why we're moving it though. Because I imagine the wild pigs will still get into the current new garden. And it's going to be fine. Or they might not. I don't know. I'll pray about it. My garlic is still over there, doing great. I'll harvest that in June. But this is in full sun in the summertime for like 12 hours. You can't do that in Texas. That's crazy. This soil, don't buy this if you want it for actual soil. Okay? Do not buy it. Because this is what it looks like. Straight up wood chips. So I'm just going to use it for mulch. But this is the new garden space. How magical! That's the only word that I can think of for this, is magical. Every one of these mineral bins were free from neighbors and friends. This is my green stock that cost me $20 to make from the dollar store. We have cilantro doing beautifully, and it's delicious. Fun fact, gotta get my daily dose. Cilantro is a heavy metal detoxifier. So if you eat cilantro every day, it helps cleanse your body of any bad heavy metals. It works if it's fresh or dried. Obviously, if it's fresh, it works better. This is my trellis that the cucumbers are gonna go on. Did I do the cucumbers? No, the cucumbers weren't even in my... Okay, I got seeds I forgot to tell you about. We'll do that in a minute. Cucumber trellis. I've transplanted some of my bush beans because they were getting massive. Hello, neighbor. I've got 4 bins of bush beans. That bin is also bush beans. And there will be many, many, many more bins of bush beans. That's Gregory. He was originally the garlic guardian. And now he's over here by my little stool. We hang out. He's chill. I have a total of 32 bins. There's a spider web. It is the season of spider web karate. I still need to get soil for most of these, but we're making progress. My dear lovely friend Melissa at PK gave me onion sets. And I'm like, man, it's late for me to be planting onions, but I'll give it a shot. And they're doing great. And I have successfully, knock on wood, gotten rid of the fire ants and pill bugs. For the pill bugs, I just have some Sluggo Plus. I had to. I've tried so many things. I had to use the Sluggo Plus. For the fire ants, I used cornmeal. So, cornmeal. I still have a piece of cilantro stuck. Cornmeal will act like, how do I explain this? So if you were to give Alka-Seltzer to a bird, it does that to an ant. So if you need to get rid of fire ants naturally, and they've invaded your garden the way they did mine, cornmeal. Now it does take a little while. It takes like 4 or 5 days for them to get out of there and stuff, but it works. I've done it several times in multiple areas of my garden, and they're gone. So that's the best way I can explain that. But this is my garden. I love it. It brings me so much joy. You want to see the seeds I started? Okay, I know you do. The glass situation is still a thing. When we bought the property, we had glass everywhere. Those are our water tanks. Ta-da! These are all the seeds I started. We have lemon balm, yellow toothache. These are all marigolds. We've got all our basils. These are flowers. These are the bush beans, oregano, thyme, parsley, chamomile, and sage and rosemary. I only did one thing for these guys because I didn't have very many seeds for them. And I'm going to be, for these things, I'm going to build another green stalk. Just like that guy. And maybe another one. Because I planted a lot of seeds. So I might need 2 green stalks for all of them. What a shame. Alright, hopefully you can hear me. The air conditioner's on, obviously. It's 90 degrees. Here are the things I forgot to tell you I was planting. We have straight 8 cucumbers. See them? We have homemade pickles cucumbers. And one, I love making homemade pickles. I have several different kinds of dill pickles that I make. And everyone at the lake so far are huge fans of my pickles. And I have lots of people asking me when I'm going to make pickles this year. And the picture on this one's really cute. So I'm doing those. Are you as excited as me, Penny? She is. She just doesn't show it on the outside. We have dragon's egg cucumbers. These are fun. And these are 55 to 65 days. A Croatian heirloom, beautiful cream-colored fruit about the size of a large egg. Sweet, mild, and the reason I bought them, bitter-free. So we will see if that's true. Because by June, July, my cucumbers get so bitter you can't eat them. The rest is just okra. And I don't know what kinds I'm growing because... Okay, I know one kind. This is green velvet okra that I got in a seed swap. And it's a lot of okra. But I want to do a lot of okra because there's a guy at the lake that does cookouts a lot at his house. And it's very fun. And he loves to do okra. And so I would love to be able to provide him the okra for a large amount of people. I have Daryl's okra, which is my neighbor down the road. He gave me all this. And I have Jim's okra, which is the youth leader at our church. He gave me a whole baggie. Anyway, that's what I'm growing.